everybody. Welcome back to McRaeathon Presents A Blast from the Past. We are doing a 2-day speedrunning marathon right here on the McRaeathon channel. Through the power of the internet, we're bringing you 2 full days of old school racing goodness from the comfort of our own homes to yours. Now, speaking of old school, we are going back to the Atari ST era for a little bit of hard driving. Howlin' Mad Mike, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you very much. Yes, I'm Howlin' Mad Mike, and we are going to be doing some hard driving. Now, just to give a quick recap of the history of this game, this was originally released as an arcade cabinet back in 1989 or thereabouts. And it was quite unique from the point of view that it was arguably one of the first polygon-based driving simulators, and by simulators I do mean simulator. It was an actual arcade cabinet with a accelerator, brake, clutch, haptic steering wheel, can you believe, in 1989, so you actually had forced feedback on the steering wheel as you turned. And just compared to everything else at the time, there was nothing that simulator, but you know what I mean. I'm not playing that version, I'm playing the Atari ST version. This was ported very soon after the arcade cabinet came out, because the arcade was so successful that they had to do home ports. I was just chatting to Nordic before we came on here. In the original arcade, the frames per second were very impressive. In this one, we're talking more seconds per frame. I'm stealing his line there. Yeah, this is a very, very mini awful block, shall we say. But yeah, what I'm going to do here is basically showcase you everything this game has to offer. So it is going to be a speed run, but there is a point, I'll explain it when I get there, where it's more of a case I've just got to kill a bit of time. Other than that, unless you've got anything to say, Nord, I'm about ready to go.
Oh no, I got nothing to say. I'm looking forward to the PowerPoint presentation you're about to give us about hard driving here.
And the name doesn't lie. Controlling this is very, very difficult. I have to use a mouse, but it's not great, would you believe? And yeah, I have a safety save just in case. But what we're going to be doing is, as you can see, we have 2 tracks. We have the speed track and the stunt track. The purpose of the game is to set a fast lap on the speed track. You need to get it under a certain point. It does actually vary depending on how much you play the game, but typically the starting time is 1 minute 35. I'm hoping to do the speed track in about 1 minute 20, and then you have to do a lap of the stunt track against the champion racer, the Phantom Photon. Ignore this frame rate at the moment. This is completely misrepresentative of just how nicely this game runs. It's because it's not actually rendering any other cars on the road at the moment. And that is a key point of the ST as well. It is, compared to the arcade, this is insanely cut down. But it's still, you know what, it is what it is for 89. But we'll be ready for time in 3, 2, no, tell a lie, 1, and click the timer. Right, so we fire up the engine, and away we go. Loving the sound of that engine. I think the car I'm in is supposed to be a Ferrari Testarossa, so, you know, use your imagination. So yeah, flat out, we're doing about 110 at the moment. Not really that exciting for a Ferrari. But they all go down to the speed course. The stunt course. We're going to the speed course, and we're on to the first enemy of this game, which is a corner. I have to legitimately slow down for corners in this game, because if I don't, the back end kicks out, and recovery is absolutely horrendous. So I'm just going to cruise around here, obviously trying to go as fast as I can. I'm hoping not to showcase what happens if the rear end kicks out, because it is just a pig to control. There we go, that was actually quite nice. So we're back up to full tilt again, and this is basically what the run's going to be. It's going to be me actually somewhat driving sensibly, but as fast as I can. There are other cars here there, but yeah, not too many of them, just to try and keep the frame rate as high as possible. And in terms of frame rate, I think you're lucky if you get out of single digits, really. Right, we have a little obstacle here. We're going to jump over, and then we've got another corner. So this is more about just getting round as fast as you can, optimizing your speed for corners. Braking is very unresponsive. And in fact, the only actual kind of feedback I have for what my inputs are, if you look underneath the timer, you can just see a little blue and red bar. The red bar's my acceleration, and the blue bar above's my steering. Originally, this did actually, as I said in the arcade version, this did have a clutch, and you can actually key that in, so you have to use the clutch to manually change gears. In a nutshell, I am not doing that. I actually want to finish this run. But we're coming up around the final bend here. It gets a little tighter as we come out of it. The signpost does actually give you a speed suggestion of 90 miles an hour there. That is accurate. And also want to point out as well that this is actually the British localization of it. So you are technically supposed to drive on the left, which is, I always think it's pretty neat that they actually even bothered to think about that.
I was about to comment on that because my memory serves correctly, at least in the American version, it was set up for, driving on the right, so...
Yeah. Right, so there we are.
They actually took the time to do it.
Indeed, indeed. Right, so there we are. We have our fastest lap. We qualified with a time of 1 minute 21 and 66 hundredths. So what we're going to do now is I have to basically wait until I run out of time here. So let me show you some of the other things you can do in hard driving, because I'm going to showcase what your full price game. I mean, just... Oh, there's a car clipping in behind me for a starter. So yeah, that cars can clip through you and slow you down. Let's show you what the skidding looks like. That's your drifting. As you can see, I'm trying to recover that as best I can. It is horrendous. My foot is actually on the brake here, yet I'm still moving. Right, I've got to do this one for the memes, if that truck doesn't crash into me. Now, Nordy, you say you played this game before. What am I hitting here?
It's supposed to be a cow, but I would wager it's a cardboard cutout of a cow.
So there we are, we've hit the cow. And now we are coming on to, I'm technically on the speed track here, but I'm not going to do the speed track. I just want to showcase this part of the game as well. So there we are, and let's just pull the car off. And we have crashed. And another key feature of this game was the fact that it gave you instant replays. Car definitely didn't just clip into the bridge there, but here we are. I'll just do a hard spin and a smash. The arcade version's hilarious because if you hit anything, you literally pinball fly off it. But that's about all I have to show at this point. So, is there anything you want to say, Nordic? Any questions? Because I've got a minute to kill.
Yeah, have you played any of the other versions of this then? I know we were talking a little bit about it in the green room, but have you actually given any runs on any of the other odd revisions of this this game that have come out?
I've played the Mega Drive version. I've played the arcade cabinet original. You can do it on MAME, but as we were talking earlier, controlling this game without a steering wheel in MAME is near impossible. You can fiddle with the settings as much as you like. If you're doing it with anything other than a steering wheel very precisely set up, the controls are literally, you have hard left, hard right, and never the twain shall meet. But but all we are literally doing here is we are just wasting time so that we can get on to the next part of the race. So we've killed a bit of time there. Through the magic of, I'm just going to speed up time a little here. Oh, would you look at that? Right, 3, 2, 1. Now, I was going to say game over, but don't worry, folks. The game is not over, not yet. Lucky you. Because we beat did a speed lap under the required qualifying time, we have the opportunity to challenge the Phantom Photon, which is that purple smudge there to the right. I believe that's supposed to be a Lamborghini Countach. Again, doesn't really specify, but we have a championship lap. This is where the safety save comes in, because I have to do a lap of the stunt course, which you're going to see is... Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it, but let's just say it's not that fun. I can't crash, and I can't be off track for more than 10 seconds. If I do, it just kicks me back. I have a safety save, hoping I don't need it. So let's fire up our engine. The Phantom Photon is going to speed off a little, but don't worry, I'll soon catch him up. Fortunately for this section, he's the only actual other car programmed, rendered at the moment. Need to already slow down here. Yeah, that's me like tire screeching. I know this doesn't look very good, but I have to watch my speed around this corner because the stunt track is actually legitimately difficult. And not to mention that there's a 60-mile-an-hour speed limit to go down this ramp here. You can crash if you go faster. But here we are, we're over the first obstacle. Coming up onto a bridge that is raised, we've got to jump over this. It says 60, it's not lying. If you try and jump this any faster than 60, again, you will just crash. Sometimes it will just crash you because it feels like it as well. Like that, for example. This is why I have the safety save. When you do nothing wrong, and the game still decides to throw you under the bus. So let's try that again. If you want to keep count in chat, by the way, feel free. Because that may not be the first time I have to do the safety load. But yeah, I mean, Nordic, you were watching, did I do anything wrong there? I took it at the required speed.
No, I think you might have been 1 mile an hour off, and the game just decided, yeah, no.
Yeah.
It just felt like it. It I don't know. The game looked like you landed it quite nicely, but you banged your exhaust on the jump, or
it would appear. Yeah, I did something I didn't like. But we go again, and you know it's nice. It means we can showcase this game even more, and actually got an even better bit of The one thing I will say, it does seem to prefer it if you stay on the left side of the road in this version. I don't know why. Right, I'm doing precisely 60-something miles an hour there. I'm over. But not to worry anyone, but that is the least of my problems on this course. I have to take this super slow for the most infamous bit coming up next. This is bad enough in the arcade. For those of you... Oh my... Don't spin out there, please. Right. Brace yourself, everyone.
Good luck.
We're over through the loop. Oh my god, right, back. I have to slow down here because this is another point where the game will just randomly crash me. Yeah, I hate that loop. It's one of the few things you're left doing when you've finished playing this game. You just like do spectacular crashes on the loop.
Well, it doesn't help that it's not really a circle, but more of a, you know, 10-sided polygon. Right,
we have a banked speed corner here. But yeah, that signpost says 40 miles an hour. Yeah, that's not kidding either. There is a reason why my foot is very much not on the accelerator right now, which you're about to see because, yeah, enjoy, folks. I daren't go any faster than this before anyone asks. It's this last bit, it just seems to keep wanting to push you up to the top. We're through. And now it's pretty much a race to the finish line. By the way, the Phantom Photon doesn't ever really get anywhere near you. As long as you race this reasonably competently, then you're pretty much good. Turn car, thank you. And time will be coming up very shortly. Yeah, I only did it once. What I do is I immediately just do a hard left because it just makes my car stop faster. And that's time. That actually went much better than it could have. But we get a replay of our Ferrari crossing the line here. As you can see, beautiful. We're getting like 2 or 3 frames per second here. And that is time. I'm going to try... Oh my, I'm already butchering this. Let me try, because we've got time to kill at the moment, I think. So, McRae... I should have done a... Am I spelling this wrong? It's AE, isn't it? It's AE... A...
It's Atari time. That's what it is.
McRaeathon, there we go. Top of the leaderboard with a time of 1:26, I think it was. But yeah, For your full price, for your full bang for your buck, which on the Sega Mega Drive version would have been at least, let's say, $50, $60. That's it. That is absolutely everything this game has to offer you. So enjoy that Christmas present, Billy, because yeah, if you can manage to do that, you can manage to see everything this game has to offer. But yeah, that's how Drivin. I've been Howling Mad Mike. I will be back later for some hosting. Apologies, that was somewhat brief, but my estimate really did account for a lot more things going wrong with that. It was nearly a one and done, which was nearly unheard of in this version. But yeah, thank you to McRaeathon for having me. Blast for the Past as well, and it's a one-off, but hopefully we're going to see not just McRaeathon itself grow, but this this more fun retro esque spin-off carry on, because I'm all over anything retro, so I'm very happy for this run. But yeah, back to you, Nordic. I've got nothing else. I'll be back later for hosting, but I think we can look to very quickly remove this from our minds.
Well, thank you so much for this this glimpse back into the Atari ST era of amazing PowerPoint presentation. I mean, video gaming. And yeah, no, GG's on the run. This is going to do it for my hosting shift for today as well. But I'll be back tomorrow to to run tech and to do some more hosting as well. In the meantime,
sorry to interrupt, Nordic. There is no way you can do the loop as neatly as that. There is no way you can do that loop that neatly.
It's literally impossible.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, you can't get through that 10-sided die that easily. No way. But no, coming up next after the intermission, you're gonna have Viper back on the hosting desk, and we're gonna be doing a little bit of a Ridge Racer Type 4.
Oh, come on, say it right. If you're gonna say Ridge Racer, say it properly. Come on.
Ridge Racer.
Ridge Racer.
Oh God, I'm American and I won't do it that American. Come on now. But yeah, enjoy the music, enjoy the intermission, enjoy the rest of McRaeathon, and we'll see you here shortly. Cheers, everybody.